Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Today I will be sharing an elegant card that I made using the Griffin mystery box for March. But before I get into the tutorial, let me showcase some of the cards that I've made already. This one here, I wanted to make it like a vase, and this is the Thinking of You. And I just added 2 gold flourishes at the right corner on the top and the left corner at the bottom. And I also added Winker Stella as well on the flowers. And I did that on every card because I just feel like the Winker Stella just makes it pop even more. So I don't know if the sparkles are picking up, but they are so pretty. And this is the card, and I added the white bow right here. And I also wanted to make a correction because when I did the unboxing, I had said these were ivory, but they are actually white. So these are white satin pre-tied bows. And also, if you haven't checked my unboxing for the March mystery box, I will have that linked in the iCards. So when you get time, be sure to check that out. And I also completed the inside as well. I added something extra because I don't know if I mentioned it before, I do make faith-based cards. So that's the cards that I make. They are all faith-based. So I added the insert that came with the kit, and I just stamped a rose flower at the top, and I also stamped one here at the bottom, and then I stamped God cares about you, 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7, just to add something extra to the inside and also to turn it into a faith-based card. So this is the first one, and here's the second one. I kind of messed up on this one because after I finished the card, I noticed that the sentiment is crooked, and that just makes me so upset because I want these cards to come out flawless. And I know not all of them will be perfect, but I'm trying to get to that point. But it's slightly crooked, but hopefully it doesn't show on camera. But this is the second one that I made, and I added a cross heart charm. So this is basically like a wedding card, and I added those beautiful flowers. And once again, I added that Winker Stella, and I added some gold flourishes just to balance the design. And this is the inside, just trying to make it a little different. So this one here is from Song of Solomon chapter 3 verse 4. I found the one my heart loves. And then for the sentiment, I just added some peel and stick kind of flat back gold hearts just to add that special touch. So this is the second design. Okay, this one is one of my favorites. This is the Thank You Very Much with that pink and kind of orangey floral. And I just love the colors. I kind of added like a vellum piece just to kind of separate the backdrop from the florals. I don't know if you can tell that that's vellum. Just add a little touch to the design, and I add that white bow at the bottom. And I think this one is so pretty. And this piece here is from that die that we received in a box. It's the center piece, and I just used that and I turned it the opposite way just to add a little something to the sentiment. And here's the inside of this one. This one said, "Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, his love endures forever." Psalms chapter 107 verse 1. "My heart is grateful for all that you do." And I stamped that rose again over here and at the bottom. Okay, this next one is where I use that die and the center of it, and I popped that on 3-dimensional. I think that is so pretty. I love that one. This one is wishing you a very happy birthday. It's the sentiment. I used that lavender and purple backdrop card base, and I did add a cross to this one at the tip of the bottom of the white ribbon. That is cute. I'm loving this one. And this is the inside. This one says, "May God fill you with all joy and peace." Romans chapter 15 verse 13. "Celebrate, may you have best day ever." And that same flower on the inside. And here's a Thinking of You this is another one of my favorites. I just love the colors. That pink and green are so beautiful. And this one has a cross charm, and I added a flourish right here on the side. You can see it peeking out, and I added one of those gold layers from the die, and this beautiful lime butterfly. And I also used that Wink Stella on the butterfly as well, and the flowers. And also I did sponge the edges with that old paper in the distress ink. And here's the inside of this one. God cares about you. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7. Sending a little sunshine to sprinkle in your day, reminding you that you're thought of in a very special way. And that's that flower stamp. It's so pretty. And this is the one I will show you how to make in the tutorial. This is my favorite one, but this one here is my absolute favorite. So let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. Okay, once again, this is the one I will be showing you how to assemble. And this is the With Loving Wishes. I use that yellow floral, and I use some gold flourishes in the back, and I use that layered die piece, and I use this beautiful pink butterfly, and I trimmed it in the Wink Stella as well as the flowers. But my favorite piece here is the adornment, this pink rhinestone, just to add a little special touch to the bottom of the ribbon. And here's the inside. May the Lord bless you and protect you, number 624, wishing you all the best. So this is the one I will show you how to make. I'm gonna place it right here. Okay, I'm grabbing all of my pieces. They are ready. Here's that gold piece from the die, which is this one. Here's the die. So I cut that out in that gold foil by Griffin. Here are the flourishes I'm using. I use 4 altogether. Okay, here's the pink butterfly, the sentiment with loving wishes, the white ribbon, and the floral pieces I'm using. I use 3 pieces because this is 1. So I'm using 3 altogether. And this one will be slightly different because I ran out the yellow one, so I had to use this one to replace one of the yellows. And this is that pretty adornment with the pink rhinestone and the other many little rhinestones around it. And here's the card base. And I have my inside greeting stamped and completed. I added the extra flowers at the top and the bottom and the scripture. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one to the side and let's get started. Okay, so let's start off with our card base. I'm using this pattern cardstock with the soft green scroll design. It really gives the card an elegant foundation. So the first thing I want to add is one of the gold flourishes because I want to add one to the back of the centerpiece. And I'm gonna put this one towards the right side, so I'm going to glue that on. And I'm gonna place it somewhere, just following the design of my sample. Press that down. Okay, so now we are ready to go to the centerpiece, which is this gold beautiful design from the die that came in the box. And once again, let me show you the die. And I'm going to glue that right in the center. So I'm going to do that. Just find your placement. Make sure it's straight. I'm trying my best to make sure everything I place is straight. Okay, so once I have that adhered, I am ready to add another flourish, because if you notice on my sample, it is one behind the sentiment. I'm just going to see which one I'm going to use. Okay, I'm going to use this one. And I'm just going to place it right on that left-hand side. Adding glue to the back. I know these have these are peel and stick, but I do prefer to use the glue. Sometimes I use both. I peel off the backing and I add glue just for that extra security, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But I do that sometimes because I do not like for my cards to fall apart. So I'm just going to place that. So I'm just adding glue. Okay, so while I am placing the flourishes, I'm going to do that as well to the bottom, because for my sample I do have it here on the left side and the right side. So let me just go ahead and do that now. Just seeing where I want it to go. Okay. I decided to put this little piece of sticky note on this gold piece because I noticed it's picking up a glare on camera. So until I get through placing these pieces, I'm gonna put that right there. Okay, so next I want to add the sentiment with loving wishes. So let me move this sticky note. Thank you for serving its purpose. Glue that on and place that right in the center of that gold piece. Trying to make sure, once again, that it is not crooked. I need my bone folder to help it out. So make sure it is down completely. If you have to hold it, go ahead until it's adhered. Because once again, you don't want your cards coming apart on the recipient. Okay, and I believe that's straight. Hopefully it is. I'll notice if, let's see. Yes, I believe it's straight. Right there. Okay. So now we are ready to assemble our floral cluster. I'm taking the two that's together and one of these. I don't know if I should put this one up here and put that one there. I think that's what I'm gonna do, because on my sample I do have one of these at the top, and I think I want to put it just like that. Okay, so this is the placement of the cluster. What I normally do to create my cluster, I just go ahead and place it in between that the dimensional layer like this. Get it situated, and then I add some glue in between, And that's how I create the cluster and make it one, because you can maneuver how you want it, and then you have it. So now I'm ready to add it to the bottom. So I think I want to do it like this. And I also forgot to mention, I did sponge the edges around the floral piece. So let me do that right quick. Okay, so I did sponge the edges. And hopefully you can see that. Okay, so now I'm ready to glue. And once again, let me test out the placement before I adhere it down. I think that's how I want it. Okay, so let me go ahead and add glue to the back. I'm just going to tuck that in between the sentiment. And I'm going to slant it just a little and adhere. Using my bone folder and just getting in between those layers and making sure they are adhered. Okay, so we are almost done. Just have to add this next floral piece. Make sure it's turned the right way, and this one will go right here. Perfect. I love doing those floral clusters, you know, just piecing them together like a puzzle. I think that is so cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in between and place that there. Just making sure, once again. Okay, so this is how it's looking so far. A few more steps and we will be done. Okay, so we want to add the butterfly. And I need to add a small piece to the back because I did pop it up. So I'm just going to grab a piece of my 3D foam. Add some glue. I always add glue to the 3D as well because they can also come apart. So you got glue on here. And I need to trim it. So I trim it. Sure. I think I need to trim it some more. Okay, we are ready to adhere the butterfly to the floral cluster. And once you do, you just press down. And I'm gonna hold that for a few seconds. And while I'm holding that, I'm going to lift the butterfly wings while I'm holding the center, because I do want to bend those up. Very cute. I'm loving it. Loving it. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm going to add the white satin bow right here, right at the tip of this flower. And I'm going to add that with my glue gun because I really want that bow to stay. Just going to press it, hold it for a few seconds, and there. I'll say if you want your bows to stay on, use hot glue. Okay, so I'm gonna fluff. And then now for the extra piece I wanted to add is this rhinestone, and I'm going to do the same, add that with hot glue. And drop that right in the center of that ribbon and press down. That is so pretty. I'm loving this card. Okay, so we need to insert the inside greeting. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a thin line of glue right on the edge of the insert. You don't need much, just a little. And I'm going to open the card, and I'll make sure I line it up where I want it, because you don't want it showing when you close the card, so you want to make sure you place it right. Okay, once you have that, you are ready to close and use your bone folder and make sure it's adhered. Okay, and once you do that, you open it, and voila, you have your inside greeting. And I might have to trim my little rose right here because it is sticking out. So let me trim that. Sponge it a little bit. Okay. Just wanted to sponge that little edge I cut. So we're almost done, almost. Now we have to use the Wink of Stella. Okay, so we are ready to add the Wink of Stella, and I'm just adding it to the inner part of the florals. It just makes it pop even more. I'm also going to add it on the butterfly as well. Just on the edge part of the wings, not all of the butterfly. Okay, so that completes the card. It's soft, it's elegant, and perfect for so many occasions. I just love this one. And once again, here's that inside, pretty. And here's the sample. If you enjoyed this tutorial and this card, please let me know in the comments section down below. I have more designs coming from this same mystery box, so stay tuned. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.